Hello everybody, I am Jared Ross, the Genie Vlogger, and welcome back to another Professional Genealogist Reacts. On today's video, I will be reacting to I took a DNA Ancestry Test from Michelle Khare. I think I'm pronouncing her name right. I am somewhat familiar with her. She was on BuzzFeed for a decent amount of time, and I was kind of into the whole BuzzFeed thing for a while there. To me, she kind of looked sort of ethnically ambiguous, like, you know, she could fall into a few different possible population groups. I'm not quite sure what to expect, so hopefully we'll also get a little bit of background before she dives into the results. And I'm assuming that she's going to do an ancestry DNA test, but sometimes people just say ancestry test and they're not meaning Ancestry, the company, they're just meaning ancestry. But that's all I'm going to say for now. But before we do jump into the video, please be sure to give it a like. That really does help me out. Also, be sure to subscribe and click that bell for notifications on future videos. With all that fun stuff said, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, so yeah, it's 23andMe. Like I said, it says Ancestry Test, but they're testing with 23andMe. Which makes sense, because 23andMe has sponsored a lot of videos with like these BuzzFeed channels.
A lot of people can't figure out my ethnicity. So my mom is white, and my dad is Indian. Really recently, I got to spend a week with my Indian grandmother, and it was such an eye-opening experience getting to learn about how my family came over from India to America. Be sure to check it out in the link in my description.
That's an interesting sounding video. I wonder, comment below if you'd like to see me react to a video like that, because that's actually, I mean, that's genealogy, it's just not DNA, so I don't know. I'd be interested to see, would people want to see that?
My dad immigrated with his family from India when he was about 10 years old. My mom, on the other hand, is of European Irish descent. So her ancestors came several hundred years ago. I think this is true for a lot of people who identify as multiracial, but at least for me, a lot of my childhood was trying to figure out my identity. Something that has always intrigued me about being biracial is the idea that maybe I'm not actually 50% Indian and 50% white. What if I'm more of one or the other? A few weeks ago, I took a 23andMe test. I am going to Skype with Juliana Cintron, who works at 23andMe.
So this Juliana Cintron is someone that has been in a lot of the videos that I've seen from the different people from BuzzFeed. Like, I think she was in the Try Guys video. I think she was in a couple of the BuzzFeed videos, and gosh, I know she was in a few other ones too. Basically, a lot of the bigger channels, I think when they do the sponsorships with 23andMe, they must have something where they're like, okay, Juliana's going to come and explain it to you.
Really excited because today I'm going to get my results. It is so nice to meet you, and thank you so much for doing this with me.
Yeah, of course. Each person inherits about 50% from each of their parents, with the caveat that you might inherit one certain ancestry more than from another parent.
It actually makes me wonder, has Juliana Cintron ever watched me do these reactions? Basically reacted to me reacting to her. I wonder what she thinks of what I say. Because I say a lot of times, you know, in the videos that she's in often, it seems that they're cutting a lot of what she's saying out. But at the same time, it's, you know, I always wonder, is she saying a lot more, or is it just that she's just saying a little bit and then they're just, you know, cutting out only bits? I don't know, but let's continue.
Okay, so I have the website open.
So I would go ahead and click on the ancestry at the top. So you want to click
Oh my God. It says your DNA suggests your ancestry is 50.1% South Asian with ties to 4 other populations.
Wow. Okay.
So it's literally like almost a perfect 50-50. 49.3% European, 0.4% Sub-Saharan African.
What's the breakdown of European?
British and Irish is 37%, 4% French. This is like really way more comprehensive than I thought it would be. Like,
Yeah, there's a lot of information, and
I'm overwhelmed.
wellness and traits, those are another fun portion of the results that we offer.
So mine say caffeine consumption, likely to consume less. That's actually really true, because I feel like out of all of my friends, I'm the only one who doesn't drink coffee. This is so comprehensive. It's like freaking me out a little bit.
Yeah.
I like this misophonia. Average odds of hating chewing sounds.
Chewing sounds. Is that true for you?
Yeah, I don't like chewing sounds. I mean, does anyone like that?
So for some people, it's like, it really irritates them. It bothers me, but I mean, whatever.
Wow, I didn't realize that was a genetic thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at the BRCA1 and BRCA2 report. Oh, thank God. It says I do not have the 3 genetic variants tested for developing breast and ovarian cancer, which of course it doesn't test for all of them. Now I am excited to Skype my parents because I told my parents that I was going to be getting these results back to find out which one of them I am more of. Hi!
Hi.
How's it going?
Well,
A couple weeks ago, I did 23andMe, and I got my results back today. If I am more of one or the other, who would it be and why?
Indian, because his sperm is gonna dominate my egg.
I've honestly never thought of either one of you as more of me or more of mom. You should be 50-50.
Personality-wise, who do you guys think I'm more like?
Dad, you deal with stress very well. You're very calm. You also are very intelligent.
I think that there's a lot of both of us in you. I think that you have her sense of logic, and I think you have her clarity in knowing what paths to take.
I am sensible sometimes.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready for the results?
Yep.
Mom! Mom, you look like you're about to, cry. The Indian percentage is 50.1%.
See, I was right.
And I actually am 0.4% sub-Saharan African.
That's amazing that they can figure that out.
Yeah.
See, the question I have is how reliable is that? 0.4% is so trace, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's just a misreading coming from something and, it's probably gone at this point. I could be wrong, though, and maybe there is some sort of sub-Saharan African ancestry that she does have, but 0.4%, it's so low, the confidence is really, really, really low.
Are
I
you
think it's
relieved to hear that I'm 50-50, basically?
Why would we
No,
be
I really don't
concerned
care.
about that?
What?
It's like helping
I'm
you
kind of with the
happy.
dad. Why is
would
that
we be
concerning?
concerned that you're not 50-50?
Yeah.
What do
never
you-
even
what
crossed
is-
my mind.
What is your concern?
I don't have a concern.
Yeah. What's the deal here?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go now. Bye. See you at Christmas.
we love you.
You look like a Christmas tree.
Thank you.
We look like a Christmas elf.
It's so cute.
Well, that was pretty amazing. I am so excited to know for sure that I am 50% Indian and 50% white. It was also just really cool getting to find out all the other cool things about myself that I didn't even realize come with 23andMe results.
All right, I mean, that was a pretty decent video. Not that great, but not that terrible. It's such a BuzzFeed feeling video, like the music and the pacing and everything. I wish that they'd paid more attention to the ancestry part and especially gone into the genetic matches a bit. Unfortunately, whenever they actually have one of the representatives like Juliana Citron on, they don't go into the genetic matches really, which I think is a shame. But I mean, her results, they seem pretty straightforward. A big thing that I'd be interested in seeing is if she took one of those Asian-based DNA tests, would she have more nuanced results for her Asian ancestry? Definitely interesting to see whether or not that 0.4% is still there 4 years later after so many updates on that website. And I'd also be interested to see, if she tested elsewhere, will she also get sub-Saharan African readings there? Because if she does get multiple sites saying that she has this small percentage of sub-Saharan African, to me that seems that would be more indicative that, okay, there is a higher confidence with this. And she may, once you get back to her 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, or 8th great-grandparents, you might find someone who's fully sub-Saharan African. I'd be curious to see how much her family knows on their South Asian ancestry and how far back is that traced. I know that for some people with Indian ancestry, they can trace it back really, really, really far because on the Ganges, they have like those books of people that have come to visit, and it's like whole families or anyone with Indian ancestry where they actually have a connection there. It's got to be Such an amazing thing to go there. And I think those have been featured on a few different genealogy programs. Like, I know CNN did like a Roots sort of thing where John Berman went and looked into our shared ancestry, the Espinoza family in Amsterdam. And then I think Sanjay Gupta from CNN went and did the same thing in India, and he went to the Ganges and did the whole thing with his family where they wrote their names in the book and then looked at their ancestors going back generation. It'd be interesting to see if her family had something similar. And then, of course, for her European side, I wonder, what does she know about that? I think she basically said Irish, and I forgot exactly what the percentages said. But this would be one of those family trees that I'd love to have on the YouTuber Family Tree series. And being that she's done DNA testing, I think it'd be really interesting to see how DNA testing can help someone of recent Indian ancestry. Because I think she said it was her grandmother, or she said her dad had moved when he was just a kid. So it'd be interesting to see, would someone taking a DNA test today who has that recent Indian ancestry, would they be able to benefit from that? But in a recent video that I did where I actually was reviewing different DNA questions, one of the questions was about Asian-based DNA tests, which would be interesting to see her take to see what kind of a breakdown it would give, because 23andMe's wasn't super nuanced. So if you'd like to learn more about those Asian-based DNA tests, be sure to check out this video right here.